Well, I thought I would say a few words about how the famous television actress
No,
and
okay, wait. No. Let's make a deal. I don't want the television actress and things like that. Really, I don't want them.
Okay.
She has a program in Lebanon, but not the famous talent. Okay,
Let's set the ground rules.
It's a
Okay.
projection because you're doing a projection.
But aren't you doing? You're really a television?
Yeah,
actor?
I mean
Okay.
she's famous because she does that, but it's not like.
Do you always talk about yourself in the third person? So, Zeina Daccache has come to Portland, Oregon. How did she get here and why? In brief, the story is that I'm directing a production of the play 12 Angry Men, just finished directing it, at Two Rivers Prison near Umatilla, Oregon. And my dear friend Bushra Azuz asked me if I had seen the film 12 Angry Lebanese. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't heard of it or seen it. She hadn't seen it either, but her brother had heard of it or seen it. So I ordered it from faraway Lebanon and watched it, and I was very impressed with this powerful film. And I sent an email, a fan letter, to Zeina Daccache saying that I really enjoyed the film and also that I was doing some similar things, and invited her to come see our production of 12 Angry Men. And she accepted.
She accepted.
And here she is.
Yeah. So when I received the email from Johnny Stallings, the great Johnny, first of all, I was like, what? It's a bit crazy. Like, I need to leave Lebanon, Middle East, have a flight of 26 hours to come over here, and he's inviting me for his show. And I didn't know you. I didn't know about Open Hearts, Open Minds before that. Then I said, it's a sign, it's something good that in this universe, people who get to do this job are getting in contact, because we are really very few. And I'm like kind of lonely over there doing this kind of job, working in prisons since 2008, offering drama therapy and theater. So it's great to connect with people who does the same, like even if they live so far away. So I accepted the invitation and I said, okay, I'm coming. But everyone I told, I don't know him really, but I'm going. They were like, but Zeina, you don't know what's going to happen there, No, I'll go, So I think you heard the same thing, like you're inviting this woman from so far, and there we are.
It's the call to adventure. In the hero's journey, the first thing that happens in the hero's journey is the call to adventure. And the hero answers the call to adventure, and the people who fail to answer the call to adventure, well, they don't have such interesting lives.
So who's the hero in the...
You, of course.
And you too.
No, I just... You heard... Yeah, I invited you on an adventure, and some people would say, no, I can't do that, I'm too busy, etc.
Okay, yeah.
But by answering the unknown, it's a call into the unknown,
yeah.
Then you have an adventure.
Very good. So... and actually, the invitation came right at the moment where I was finishing my new project at the women's prison in Lebanon, and the project was called Shahrazad and Babda. It was a new play performed by the ladies. So also Johnny got this marvelous idea of bringing me here to screen the play Shahrazad and Babda, which is also subtitled in English, and also to screen 12 Angry Lebanese, which we did at the First Unitarian Church, and it was really great because there was beautiful Q&As afterwards, really great questions about what are the women's rights in Lebanon and why do women end up in prisons in Lebanon, what's the prison system like. And so this was part of my trip, and the best part was when I visited the guys that Johnny works at the prison at the Two Rivers, and this was something for me. Really, it was something. First, watching the play, they did an amazing job, really complimentary. There's a lot of love in this room where Johnny works. The guys are really giving the best of themselves. There's a lot of insight too. It's not like just we're doing the play. We can tell that they have touched that insight from really deep down, And the best thing also was when we did the second day, the day after the play, we did a 3-hour session that we facilitated there, and it was really good. So I mean, never stop doing what you do because it's an amazing work. And I would love now, in my turn, to invite this guy and come to Lebanon and see the other experience from another point of view.
Well, I'm definitely planning to come to Lebanon and show our film, A Midsummer Night's Dream in Prison, which Bushra Azuz is currently editing.
Yeah.
She brought a film crew 8 times to Two Rivers while we were doing Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream, and shot many, many hours of footage, and now she's editing it into a feature documentary. And when our documentary is finished, for sure, we are coming. I'd like to come sooner, and I may, but for sure we're coming when our film is finished. We want to show it in Beirut. We want to show it in Roumieh Prison, the men's
Inshallah.
prison. We want to show it in Babda Prison, the women, and just have that cultural exchange.
And it should really, I really wish you all the best with the film, because though me and you, we do theater inside these prisons and we invite audience from, the external society to come in, the film is the only thing that, like, from my experience, could spread the word to a bigger and wider extent, because these people need to be seen, they need to be heard, they need to be, to communicate with the external world. They can't go out, but their film can. And this is what happened in 12 Angry Lebanese, and this is what I wish for your new film with Bushra Azuz, that people will see them, and all around the world. It's not like just in the country where you've done your film. And believe it or not, people will, from any citizenship they are, from any country, they will link to these people, because imprisonment is not just prison. We all live also in a kind of prison,
Oh,
a wider
philosophy.
prison.
This
now
is
we're
philosophy.
going into philosophy.
Oh, we're
so
getting
please break. Now we'll have our coffee philosophy.
Okay, we want to talk for just a moment.
Today, our
where-
subject.
is prison, the prison of the mind. William Blake called it.
Let's finish this interview and we'll move to our philosophy. So,
I can't have one
no,
philosophical
Johnny, not
observation.
today. And today, for example, we're going to visit the Coffee Creek prison. I'm so happy that we're going to do that, and I'm glad that you got us the clearance. It's the women prison here, which also it's going to be a great experience for me, because, I mean, from my experience to the Two Rivers, straight away I could tell the differences between our prisons and your prisons. And I'm so eager to know now the women's prisons differences. What would they be?
Yeah.
And one thing that really, really touched me is your relation with the prison administration. Like when we got all to have this lunch together with Mr. Gary and...
Gary Sims,
Yeah, and...
Jane Griggs.
Yes. I mean, they are eager to have also... to develop rehabilitative programs in the prisons. And this is a great thing, and this will help you go really further and further in your work.
Sometimes when people get in front of a camera, they like to pretend that they're very interested in, positive change in prison. But Gary Sims and Jane Griggs, they are the real article. They genuinely care.
Really?
When nobody's around and filming them, they have a deep concern for the humanity of all the people who are locked up. And one thing about a film, Zeina's films and Bushra's upcoming film, is that it's a window on a hidden world.
That's true.
And prison is a place far away. Nobody goes inside it. And everybody has great fears about what kind of dangerous psychopaths are in there stabbing each other. And you go inside and it looks like, oh, that looks like my nephew, and it looks like the people that you know in your life, your ordinary life. And in fact, that's who is in prison. People who got into trouble, who made mistakes. There are of course, some very serious crimes that also happen, but one of the things that comes out even with the people who've done the most heinous things is that they are still human beings. They have humanity. And theater, for some reason, when people watch prison inmates do theater, somehow their humanity shines and we get to see their beauty. Like if you went inside a prison to watch a basketball tournament, it would be interesting, but you wouldn't see them.
That's true.
And the theater and then the films surprise people. They surprise like how deep the people are, how wonderful. We just saw Scheherazade in Babda last night, the women in Babda prison, and they just seem like such extraordinary human beings.
They are
Many of them
extraordinary
are
human
there
beings.
for murder, but there's more to them than that, and we all need to heal. There's a lot of suffering that has been caused, and there needs to be some forgiveness and some mutual understanding, and it's very rewarding to be a part of that process of people opening up their hearts to each other.
So I wish that Catharsis, my non-profit, established in Lebanon, and Open Hearts, Open Minds will really, like, I would hope that we'd consider this just a start.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Zeina
you,
Daccache.
Johnny Stallings.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me over here. Lovely.
It's very fun. It feels like I've made a new friend,
Me too.
and I'm very happy that you came.
A new crazy friend. My friend, Johnny Stallings.